This is the start of my new randomised New Vegas playthrough, where everything is randomised: the doors, the weapons, the enemies, and the kills. We start off by going through all of the DLC items. We start off by randomly selecting our special stats. I just clicked up and down until we got enough special points put into our special stats to start the game. We enter our first building. And we end up by Cottonwood Cove. Now, every kill I get automatically and randomly changes my weapon. So we went from a 10mm to a rocket launcher, which also then changes to a sledgehammer. Eventually we make it to the saloon, where we find Sunny Smiles. We accept her quest to teach us the tutorial. We then go to leave once we get past this lockpicking tutorial, and we finally end up on the strip. So we've gone from the tutorial area to the strip in a matter of seconds. After some time has passed, we finally make it back to the tutorial area where Sunny Smiles teaches us how to shoot bottles, and then we finally go off to deal with the geckos down by the well. After a few more hours of jumping around, we finally make our way inside the Tops Casino, where Legionnaires managed to attack and are gunned down straight at the entrance.
I'm not quite sure I want to lock myself into one niche of game,
which is something I've never
but I'm
seen
hoping
before.
when I experiment or do something different, you'll all still watch and enjoy. Again, thanks so much for watching.
I can't do that, baby, and you.
This video is long enough as it is, so I'm just going to wrap it up.
What say you and me cash
Like,
out?
comment, subscribe, blah blah blah.
Because
I'm
there's no
Fuzzy
way we can
Slippers,
deal with him
and I'll see you later.
in
To
person.
start,
Peace.
I'll
on the
hang out
casino
down
floor
here for a while to make
with
everything
our
look
occult
business.
stats. Apparently, Benny can send up bodyguards to the apartment, which is something I didn't know, something I'd never experienced before, because usually I just talk Benny up to the apartment. Anyway, Benny sent up 4 bodyguards, which do unfortunately kill me pretty quickly, as I'm a pretty low level for this area, considering all the random door jumping. And unfortunately, you can't escape via elevator either. Which takes out all 4 of them, thankfully. And we get switched to a separate grenade launcher. After meeting the Yes Man and going through the standard rigmarole that he gives you about meeting all of the factions in New Vegas, we continue onwards with our journey, our randomized journey.
Under
yes,
penalty
and then
of death,
after a
the
ridiculous
prisoner
amount
is
of time
forbidden to
later,
speak with
we
you.
finally get to Caesar's camp.
Under
Caesar's
penalty
tent,
of death,
where
the
Benny
prisoner-
is now captured.
So I
and
finally
waiting
get to
for
meet
us.
the courier who's accomplished so
Caesar
much in
wants
so
us
little
to
time.
destroy the
That's why I
machines
summoned you
under
here, right?
Fortification
I
Hill,
mean, a man nearly kills you,
Fortification Bunker,
and your response is
and
to
he
track
also
him
wants
across
us
the
to deal
breadth
with
of the
Benny
Mojave.
in some
We
way.
visit the tops, and next thing you know, the head of...
After activating the bunker, I decided to go fight in the arena.
As expected, it wasn't much of...
Now, the arena is a pretty simple fight at the best of times. The machete, but the enemy does get some sort of automatic weapon. Now thankfully he's not too good with it, so we pretty easily take down the first guy. We're now equipped with mines, so I decided to lay a couple of mines down just for the sake of it really, because I know obviously the next fight is going to take place, and laying a couple of mines down would be quite useful. Around a bit, which unfortunately I did realise, but mine just gets set off regardless. I figured that it would be just a case of only activating when enemies stood near them, but as it turns out they will just activate regardless.
Ding ding.
It was at this point I decided to try to free Benny. Unfortunately at the time my head was in which doesn't really do much against humans. I was immediately trapped into a corner, killed by Caesar and his enemies, which obviously didn't go too well for me. Attempt 2, I decided to switch to my Fat Man, as I've been given it via random generation
What's holding
chance.
you up?
So I decided to try the Fat Man this time.
What's holding
Now,
you up?
once I've got Benny ready to go, I
What's holding
call
you
Benny,
up?
get up.
If-
Cool.
Another
Once I get Benny, I fire my Fat Man. Unfortunately, I don't realise how powerful the Fat Man is in close encounters. And I think it's safe to say that the Fat Man pretty much just wipes out absolutely everybody in the tent. Unfortunately, that's no good. My third attempt, I go with the old plasma grenade, which is a very powerful
What's holding you
weapon.
up?
It's great. It's a great energy weapon. Now, unfortunately, the plasma grenades do take a couple of people down. Then he does get die almost. I get switched to a plasma rifle, and unfortunately I am taken down again on my third attempt. So much for third time's the charm. The fourth attempt, I decided to try something slightly different. In previous playthroughs, I was able to stealthily take out every member in the camp except for Caesar. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have any suppressed weaponry, but I tried it regardless, just to see if I could take down a couple of guys before
You'll pay for that.
freeing Benny. Now, unfortunately, that also didn't work. As I say, I didn't have suppressed weapons, so I was instantly killed again. So the fourth attempt also wasn't very successful. Fifth attempt, I decided that I will try to sneakily pickpocket the enemy and hope that I could potentially get them to die without them noticing that it was me that caused the issue. Now, using some third-person trickery, I did very much try to get a plasma grenade.
You have no honor.
Unfortunately, my sneaking skill isn't too great. So the first guy saw me. Now, unfortunately, there's not a lot of cover and not a lot of stuff you can hide behind. But I do manage to sneak a plasma grenade. Unfortunately, the grenade goes off incredibly quickly and gets me killed. It was sadly at this point, the random nature of the mods caused severe issues with the game, as you'll be able to see. Collision stopped loading in. I couldn't get any of the NPCs wouldn't really react. Buildings, I'd go through buildings. I was slipping half in and out of the floor, and sadly at this point, I was no longer able to progress. So, could I beat New Vegas completely randomised? The answer is no. Unfortunately, due to the instability of the engine and the game, we couldn't really progress past this point, and I was completely unable to progress past this point due to the random nature. NPCs stopped responding, collisions stopped responding, and there was a very bizarre kill effect on NPCs when I punched them. They would stretch quite some distance, so it's a very bizarre thing, and sadly the game stopped working. So that answers that question.